We're doing a fairy activism, and we're exploring the fairy activism cards with Andrea, myself, and Jen and Wendy. And we're going to do a reading for this energy of the eclipse, for the full moon in Taurus, and then all the way through until the next eclipse. So this cycle, it's kind of like a portal or a doorway or an opening, and kind of tune into the energy according to the cards. So I'm getting to pick 3 cards, and then we can kind of explore them together. Okay. Yarrow. Let me pull up the bigger artwork. I can find, here it is. Yarrow. He's such a beautiful, we decided it's like a gender androgynous person, right? But a very powerful warrior. So I think I'll read it first, and then we can kind of share what's coming in. But right away, the plant nation wants to come in. So we'll open to the green realms, plants, to that beautiful energy. We were just bringing that earth energy up our bodies, so we can add those frequencies of like the flowers you love, the trees you love, the plants you love, and just bring those frequencies into your body for that healing. So as Yarrow, I am a healer's healer. I have feathery leaves and bitter tasting white flowers. My frequency blossoms in your spiritual crown, and I ground energy too. I protect with source light so you can be vulnerable and authentic. My warrior spirit can help you embody healthy discernment, boundaries, like your aura, and healthy and healing for empaths. I invite you to connect with the spirits, fairies, devas of plants, the magical green realms. So ask me, this is the Yarrow ritual, and you can do this right now. Ask me to open your heart. Feel your feelings, accept the sweet gift of being human. Use your emotions as a doorway and ask me, show me my plant teacher or healer. Pay attention to what plant pops into your awareness. Your plant ally is waiting for you. So yeah, this is an invitation to connect with the spirits of the plants, the fairies, the devas, the spirits, however you connect. And that can be by making tea, by making flower essences or taking them, using herbs, picking flowers. If you're in a place where they're it's not winter, or getting flowers from the store. Really inviting in, plants have that beautiful consciousness, and they each carry a very specific frequency of healing. And so really the plants are out there always waving to remind us to find them, because they want to help us. They're givers. They want to help us heal. They want to help us be nourished with food. They want to help us celebrate and be in ceremony. They want to bring a lot of gifts forward. So just welcoming that energy of the plants. Feel lots of fairies and nature spirits and trees and a lot of delight. And I think during this time when we're all going through so much change, like it's really important to have joyful, sweet, comforting spirits. So to just call those in, and even if you don't know which plants or flowers to work with, just asking them to be with you, they will. You can even imagine them coming in your crown chakra, coming down into your bloodstream, into your nervous system, and filling you with joy and healing. And Andrea, do you want to talk about Yarrow or anything else coming in?
Yeah, I did have a special connection with Yarrow when I was growing it, and I know you said it was good for empaths, so I definitely see it has this light grid, but then it just kind of brought me like to just a bunch of plants and just to slow down and pay attention, like when we saw the money plant in the forest, and then our friend was showing us the seeds, like just all these ways that the plants were whispering to us, maybe through other people or random interactions. And I came across different prairie flowers in the new place that I'm living. And then they were showing me like house plants to get and things, and like to just continue to just listen and be aware of like what plants are reaching out to me, and to just always weave those spaces, because sometimes we're like, we don't have room for this, or I can't like keep that plant alive, like there's these excuses. But when we're listening, the plants do live, like if they really call to us, because I know I grew up like that, like I could grow certain things, but I couldn't keep house plants alive. And then I know a lot of people have this like energy of like, well, I'm not a good green thumb person. And so like they were helping me work on that too, like find my specialties. Like I'm not good at every type of plant, but the ones that choose me, like I have a special relationship with. So just like opening up that relationship more and like listening. And definitely how it's just such part of our roots. It's like right in front of us, and it brings such balance to us,
Yeah, they were like such a part of our ancestors' lives, right? They
Mm-hmm.
used them for all their medicine and such. Is there anything, Wendy or Jen, that you want to, that's coming up for you, connecting with plants or Yarrow?
Nothing for you, Jen? You've been really connecting to your plants. Like I've never seen that side of you before. It's really cool.
I don't know. I just keep envisioning like vines coming up through my feet and wrapping around my legs.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting, the vines too. Well, like talking about flower essences, because that's medicine I've created a lot of, and I know Andrea has too. And so the vines, when you make flower essences from vines, they're very fast acting. And I have those visions too of vines coming up my body. It's almost like the plants love to kind of quickly encircle us and surround us and like, yeah, you're a plant too. You're part of us. You're a green round person and we love you and want to relate. So I love that you're seeing the vines. And then the yarrow too, just a little bit more, the white yarrow, which is the kind of wild yarrow around here. As an essence, it really is a beautiful auric field builder. So if you are sensitive to energy or an empath and need a little more strength that way, yarrow really helps build and knit a stronger energetic aura. And that's like a boundary for us. And then the pink yarrow is really good if you're like have psychic sponge kind of energy, that you're very open, impressionable to other people's energies and trying to work on that with relationships. And then the yellow yarrow is more about how you socially interact with others. So those are all really good essences to work with as well. Right. The next one. Oh, she's right here. There's the willow. Andrea, do you want to read the willow one?
Sure. And I do want to say that there's a lot of willow trees here. Like I've noticed them constantly. I just moved to South Dakota, and
I just want to say this is funny because it's saying unnamed. It's like they're trying to identify the face in this picture to name it. Okay.
Dance with flowing grace. I am flexible, fluid, and forgiving Willow, goddess of emotional waters and guardian of Mother Earth's waters. I see wholeness. I hold space for you to be and feel deeply. Let me offer my dance of compassion. Nothing is more beautiful than honoring truth and allowing tears to fall. Come to the water's edge, sit with me, open to my flow. I inspire bodies to move, dance, express. Plant me for wetland restoration to firm up shores, establish riverbanks, and replenish dried up places. Willow Tree ritual. Dance with me at the water's edge. Let your feelings rise, flow, and lead the dance. Move your emotional body in rhythm with my flowing branches and water. Beautiful. And yeah, I just want to say that's amazing that it came up because it's just been such a synchronicity here. Like they've been jumping out at me. I'm like, oh, another willow in everybody's front yard, in the parks. There's just a lot of willow trees here, and they're so like beautiful. Like they're swaying, like the way their leaves hang.
Yeah, they really work with the wind and yeah, and that water energy. I think for these times that we go through, you know, with these eclipses and that kind of lunar energy is a lot about our emotions. So it kind of makes sense that Willow would come forward because she is a tree that's a lot about that water energy. You know, in the deck, I've got 4 trees and they're all a different element. And so the water one, yeah, allowing that. I know, Wendy, you mentioned too, that emotional energy from the full moon and to just how can we let that flow? And also like letting go of the past. Willow as an essence can be really helpful for moving old resentment or bitterness or things that kind of get stuck inside us from the past. And so it can help kind of flow and move that energy and also make our bodies more flexible. You know, I've had people take this essence and it's helped work with this tree, like helps whether you do yoga and want to be more flexible or just you want to get moving more and flowing more. You know, if there's depression or stagnation, like water flows and it'll help you flow. Anyone want to say anything else about willow or?
I was raised around willow trees. They were in Spokane all the time. So when I was a kid, we used to play a lot with the vines, wrapping them around our legs and arms and necklaces and things like that. But the willow tree, I think you're right. It signifies the swaying. It goes with the air. It's just so natural. You don't see them a lot around here, really. At least I don't, but they're beautiful.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, and the third one. Water Deva. So we got water and plants, which feels appropriate. I guess I'll read this and then we can talk more. Yeah, Andrea was sharing too how we had added the swans later, kind of like she had these swans were like, they need to go in the deck. And then as soon as she put them in there, it's like, oh my God, the card is finished now. Like that would happen a lot, these sort of magical drawings and illustrations, whatever, that would just like, we want to be in it too, or these certain animals or certain spirits, and just really spoke. So I'm so glad they're in there. Feel my singing spirit. I am the water Deva, overseeing, overlighting, and tending precious wetlands, waterfalls, rivers, lakes, seas, sources, wells, and underground springs. I'm angelic in nature and guide the movements, flow, and creation of water elementals, fairies, myrrh, and undines. I express the highest octave of water, crystalline light. I flourish with your appreciation, love, and tender care for my spirit and beauty. This energizes me. Connect with me at the waters by listening to my music and watching sparkles of sunlight play on my surface. The water Deva ritual is to go to a waterway, quiet your mind, and listen to my tones, chimes, songs, and vibrational frequencies. Ask me what I am called. Then sing my name, my vibrational signature, back to me as a deeply felt melody. Sing back to my origins, my source waters.
Nice.
And as we connect with water, my experience of working with the water devas is going to different places, even just small creeks and waterways that I've lived near or at, or in the area where you live, and just ask to open to the water deva and just ask for that name. And there's been some really pretty names like Shalea and Ajuga and Mirilla, and like giving offerings and like listening to that sound, and then you can just sing that sound back to them and just use that as an offering, and it really brings this beautiful blessing for ourselves and our own inner waters and the waters of the land. So like Shalea, I'll just sing that for a moment, and just by going to the creek and singing Shalea, Shalea. And even if you don't know the name, you're welcome to use that one, Shalea. And she's the Deva of the Oxbow Springs in Oregon. There was a battle that Nestle's was trying to bottle the water there, and they kept that from happening. And it felt like that Deva there was so happy. This was like a sacred womb springs in the gorge and the Columbia River Gorge, and really important place to bless. And so the singing is how the waters love to connect, and it heals them. It's like how sound, affects frequencies and brings healing. Andrea, you want to share anything?
I just felt very activated by the card, like my life force was freeing, my aura, and then I was being shown like there's a Lake Lorraine by me, and even when I just drove to it, it was like Lady of the Lake, like there's a Lady of the Lake there. So just getting more in touch with tuning into that when I go to bodies of water, because then there's another Big Sioux River that's here, and that felt more masculine, like with water dragons and like male, strong, fast energy, but that lake felt very feminine. So I'm kind of excited to like tune into that when I'm at all the waters, because I mean I could feel it viscerally when I saw the picture, and then we think that like they're real, the water's alive. Like we think of that with plants, but I don't think of it as much with bodies of water. So it's good to attune to that and awaken to that. It's very healing. I think it likes to be acknowledged.
Yeah, they do. They feed on our appreciation and love and gratitude. And song is part of that. It's really powerful. And whenever I've done this, I always feel immense healing coming back to me. But I loved you mentioned Lady of the Lake, because in a way, these devas are kind of like ladies of the lake too. So whatever you call them, they have that magical water spirit.
That's nice, you guys. I love it. These cards are beautiful.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and as Andrea was sharing, there's they are like codexes. They transcend and put us in that state of really connecting with the beings and being there, you know, being by the waters, being with the Devas and the ladies of the lake, and being with the swans and feeling that energy. Nice.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So that was really lovely to kind of get a sense. It feels like the plants, trees, and the waters, like there's sort of an interesting blend with the plant and then a tree that's about water and then the water. So definitely honoring our emotions, honoring how the plants can support us in the way they give to receive that blessing, and in however you like to work with them. So
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for the time.
yeah.
Oh, did I just leave?
Thanks for watching. And if you'd like to learn more about the Fairy Activism deck by myself and Andrea, you can visit camillablossom.com and learn more about it and get yourself one if you like. And also, if you'd like to have a reading, let me know and be happy to do that. All right. Have a beautiful day.